What is going on, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the level 25 park tutorial. And you might be unlocking quite a few more dinosaurs. Maybe you got some of your favorite dinosaurs, you know, maybe you got your T-Rex. You will actually have at level 25 the exact amount of squares you're seeing here plus one. So you will have like one square right here, and we'll go ahead and get into this after we go ahead and get the main park done. And if you guys haven't seen any of my previous videos, these two patches of grass are something that I always leave in my park. I will for all of the future tutorials, as well as pretty much any tutorial you're going to find on this channel. So jumping right on into the main park, we have what I obviously wanted to do was try and get as many dinosaurs in the park as possible, as well as making it obviously look good. I will also say all of the decorations and all of the buildings you are going to see in this video are also for level 25 and below. So that's something I wanted to make sure I did for obviously you guys at level 25. If you're above that, you still might like this park, and I think you still might find it helpful. So if you do go ahead and find this video helpful, please leave a like. It helps me out a ton and helps show me that you guys want to see more videos like this. And in the future, maybe we get a level 50 video. Maybe we get a level 75 video. So go ahead and leave a like for that, and subscribe so you don't miss those notifications when those videos come out. And without further ado, let's go ahead and just get it started. Yeah, so go ahead, and what we're going to go ahead and do is copy all of the roads. So I'm going to leave this up here for a second. We're just going to kind of scroll around the park. You guys can pause the video where you need and just go ahead and get all your roads laid down. There is roads all the way around the grass patch as well, just so you guys know. Yeah, just go ahead and pause it where you need. And that should cover everything. And let's move on. So I actually just now realized we have all of our structures in here, which is odd. So anyone doing this after the update, if you're looking for your actual structures that you own, they're actually over here in the navigation area and in the inventory, and then you can go to your structures. So for anyone looking for that, that's a little bit confusing, but they're going to go ahead and be right there. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. I don't know. And starting with our amber pedestal here, we actually have one in the very bottom right corner of the map, and move over to the left in the bottom of this square right here. So kind of coming straight off the grass, right in the left side of that square. There's one in the very top left square of the map, being right there. And our last one, I kind of missed it as we were going along here, but it's going to be at the bottom right next to the incubation center, right there. Going right on into our second decoration here, we have the fountain. We're going to do one on the right side of this kind of double square section here. One right here on the left side of this, right here. And our final one, you can go ahead and place it in your extra square, wherever that is for now. We're going to go over this at the end, but you should have an extra square somewhere on the edge of your map. And just go ahead and put that last fountain in there, and we'll go ahead and get to that in a minute. The next decoration we have is the tropical planter. We're going to start in the top left of the map. One being right here in this double square at the top. And moving on to this kind of interesting size square over here, we're going to do one there and one here. And scroll on down to the bottom of your map, and right here where we place this fountain, we're going to do one next to the fountain and jump to the left and do one there. And we're going to move just below the revenue tower in this kind of two wide square, and we're going to do one at the top of that and one at the bottom of that. And our final one, just go ahead and throw it in your extra spot for now. And that is going to finish up our tropical planters. We have three Triceratops sculptures, and we're going to go on the bottom right, and in the top of the square where we did the amber pedestal, do one there. And scrolling over to the left by these tropical planters to finish that spot there, and move right up to the top next to this amber pedestal and do one there. And that is it. Moving on to a decoration that we have quite a few of here in this park, the geyser. I just like how they look, and especially for like your low level park, it really, I feel like, makes it look a little more like lively, you know. You get a little fountain kind of action going on. We're going to do one right next to the revenue tower and jump on over to the left, and where you can see we have this 2 squares in the middle, we're going to go ahead and line that up with the 2 squares in the middle, leaving 4 spaces above and 4 spaces below, and do 1 there. Right at the bottom next to the amber pedestal, we're going to put 1. At the top by these tropical planters, we're going to do 1 right next to both of those. And next to this one up at the top. And below, right here in this square, just there. And go straight across from that, right there. And with our last and final one, we're going to go ahead and throw it in our extra square. Moving on to what I do believe is our final 2x2 decoration. The Velociraptor garden sculpture. We're going to do 1 next to the geyser. We're going to do 1 next to this amber pedestal. Up at the top next to the geyser. And our final one, you can go ahead and throw in the extra square there. Moving on to our 2x3 decoration. We're going to start with the Park of Prehistory. Going ahead and starting right in between these 2 tropical planters. Moving across to the left, just 2 squares over from our badge beacon. Going straight below that, in this square, we're going to go to the left side of that square, leaving obviously a 4x4 space for a dinosaur. And our final 2 is going to be in these 2 places right next to each other on the top right side. We actually have 3 wooden bridges here, and those are going to start on the bottom right corner between the amber pedestal and the Triceratops sculpture, just above the 2 tropical planters right there, and next to our badge beacon for that final one. And that is going to do it for all of the decorations. So we're going to go ahead and move on to buildings. We are going to go ahead and start with our Jungle Bean coffee shops. And we're going to start just next to the revenue tower right here. And do 1 there. And jump over to the left. Just in between like the geyser and the Park of Prehistory. And for that last one, we're going to go ahead and do it right next to this fountain in this square here. We have 4 little fossil gift shops to place, and we're going to put those 1 next to this fountain, 1 in our extra square, 1 right here in front of the geyser, I guess, to the right of the geyser, and our last one being right next to this Jungle Bean coffee shop. We are going to have 2 extinction roller coasters in this park, and we're going to put those next to the revenue tower and kind of in this line with the badge beacon, and right there is where those are going to go. We have 3 speedy go-kart tracks, and that's going to be the top right as well as the bottom left in this square, and right here below the amber pedestal on the top left. Another fairly good size decoration for the park, we have our Triple Crown Hotel, and that's going to be in between this kind of geyser and tropical planter spot right there. And right below our badge beacon, we have a little 4x4 space here for that. And at the top, just kind of above and next to the gift shop up here. And that is going to be our 3 beautiful hotels in the park. Starting with our last couple decorations we have here, we have our solar tracker. We have 3 of these. We're going to do 1 next to this bridge below the hotel. We're going to have 1 next to the speedy go-kart track on the top of that square. And over on the left middle side, right above the roller coaster, we have our final one there. And we have the same amount of arcades at 3. We're going to do 1 above the hotel next to the go-kart track. We're going to do 1 in the same square as the solar tracker on the bottom. And we're going to have 1 in front of this hotel at the bottom. Our second to last decoration is going to be the ACU security office. And we only have 2 of these to place down. And we're going to do 1 behind the arcade right here. And we're going to have one in the right side of this space behind this solar tracker. If you guys have a decoration to fill that spot better, obviously I would do that, but I don't really have any 2x3 decorations that run that direction at level 25. So if you're above level 25, you might put something else there. I guess it really isn't a big deal, but just so you guys know. What I do believe to be our final building here, which is our power generator. We're going to do one behind the ACU security office we just placed, as well as one right in between the arcade and the solar tracker. Gotta have that power. You know what I mean? Now, real quick, before we go ahead and place our dinosaurs down, I am going to show you guys the little square we have here. So this is going to fit perfectly inside whatever extra square you have. So what you can do is just alternate it depending on where you decide to place it. But this right here is how I went ahead and laid out this extra square. You guys can kind of do it however you want if you'd like. But if you guys want to copy what I have here, go ahead and do that. You can just pause it and kind of just do it in whatever extra square you have. Even if your extra square is on this end or maybe it's on the other end, you guys will have that square filled. You guys want to help me out, go ahead and leave a like, and let's get started on dinosaurs. You guys don't have to wait for this part. If you guys just want to place your dinosaurs down, you can. But I'm going to show you how I kind of put like carnivores and flyers and where I kind of placed those. Here we are. We're going to go ahead and go over them. We have 2 herbivores on the edge and some carnivores. A couple flyers in the middle. All carnivores around this hotel at the top. Another flyer in between that and a herbivore, and 2 amphibians, a carnivore. And in the bottom left, we have some sauropods, some flyers in between here. And that's just about it. You guys can kind of get a pretty good idea looking at this here. That is going to do it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and check out my most recent video. I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out, and I think you guys might find some entertainment out of it.